Okay, now we're streaming on a lower resolution and about, can say, 20% lower bitrate. So we should be fine now. Percent lower bitrate. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Okay, where were we? So we were trying to achieve not too shabby, hey? Not too shabby. Let's add more wood. I mean, it's a wood storage after all. So why are we acting so shy here? maybe I've made it too big. And now I'm having trouble filling it up naturally. Right? Didn't you say so? Oh, nope. That's copyrighted music. Let's move on. Let's move on to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Nothing like good old Assassin's Creed. And at a minimum, we're gonna do this. Would this be too constrained? I mean, this would be constrained, wouldn't it? It won't even make any sense if you go that way. But it would make sense if you do it this way. How do we feel about this? Not too shabby. Oh, I'm so jealous of some of you talented designers out there and artists. I'm sweating over here fixing a problem that would take you guys like half an hour to solve, right? But hey, that's life. Also, why are we going that deep? What if it's just something like this? I mean, the long corridor does feel kind of backdoorish, you know? I think I like the corridor. Yeah. I like this. I like this better. Also, hold on. Trying to think of something. What if we duplicate this? Remove these. Take this guy, bring it here. Remove this useless piece. Select these guys. Duplicate, move, rotate, center-wise. Rotate. Have it like this. It's a long walk too. I'll try to make it a tiny bit shorter later on. And that's also a good reason for the player to hire some workers, right? Also, come to think of it, we can now extend this just a tiny bit. So, the original objective is semi-achieved. I can sort of say I'm happy with this. Now there are a lot of manual things that needs to be done. These actually need to work and need to be connected to this. And so these were the two original objectives that we had. And we can say we've achieved them. We do have the design, right? Question is, are we happy with the design? And I don't know. I don't know. This hay storage feels good when I look at it from this angle. From this angle, the scene angle, it's making the whole restaurant lining part too overcrowded. But from the game viewport angle, which is what matters, it feels cozy. I like it. Utilitarian. What if we go full screen? I can't get behind this. I can't get behind this. Also, I do feel the urge to expand westward. I do feel the urge to expand this main section westward. And in that case, I'll have more space for the counter, for the restaurant counter, and therefore for the customer lining. And also, maybe we don't need to have 8 customers lining up. Maybe 6 is enough. I actually do want a lot of customers because I like the busyness of that section. Have you tried lowering the hay management or hay storage? Ugh, hate it. Hate it. This fence and this fence, they shouldn't be together. Ugly. When I look at these two storages in isolation, kind of like them. Again, this section is underutilized, and this section is overcrowded. So we're gonna come to think of it. Now with all of the little adjustments that we've made, why don't I put this guy in here? Hold on. Ah, Christ, everything's so... I don't want to mess with the prefabs. What we can do is, we can make another scene. Say screw it. And select everything we want. And no one's gonna say anything to us. Other than the canvas. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. I created this grill, by the way. I'm so proud of myself. In Blender. Just select the parent, you Neanderthal. Okay, so you see? I'm not that stupid. I'm just a little stupid. It's like when you, I mean, I don't have, I've actually I did have this experience when I was like 7. But when you miss a tooth, and for the first couple of days, your entire body feels like, it's like when you move furnitures in your house, right? Your brain has a model of that thing, be it your mouth or the house, and you've had it for such a long time that your brain has created a 3D model of the world, and then when you change it, it's like something is missing. This is how I feel with this. That fireplace was in that point for exactly 70 days. It's gonna take me a while to realize, to come to terms with the fact that the distance between here and the fireplace is what, 4 meters or like 7 meters. Anyways, have you paid attention to the fact that this section is longer than this section, and this section is underutilized, and this section is too crowded? Did we just solve a problem we didn't think we have? This is a test scene, right? So we have to go back to scene 5 if we want to do anything permanent, right? Because we've messed up the prefab. Actually, that's great. Let's make sure this is marked. And let's see. What happens? You Christ. Did I tell you that I'm a genius? Because I'm a genius. They don't call me the greatest of times for no reason. See? Now it makes so much sense. Now it makes so much sense. So much more sense. Huh. Okay. All right. This is too close to this. And we have a solution for that, actually. Or do we? Yeah, we do. Hold on. We can bring that guy to here. Have this stool be here. And then later on, when this bad boy is gonna have its own stool, it can be there. Right? Hold on. Trigger pad. It can be here. It's not gonna interfere with anything. And now there is enough distance. Well, not enough distance. I still want a little bit more distance, but It's not killing me. Alright, I'll do it a little more. Because these two can't be close to each other. It's not going to bother me. Now it makes sense. Although nothing is finalized in this scene. And it's almost 4 in the morning, so... and I still have one more meal to eat, so... We're gonna have a concept of an idea here first. Oh, dude, I'm so happy with this. You know what? This. We need to do something. We need to do something. Get over here, Blender. This thing keeps bugging me, and I keep ignoring it. Spoiler alert, I'm learning Blender. Okay, so see, I'm pressing Z because that's what's gonna center the object in 3D Max. I press 4. And is it L? Yep, L. I think we are getting close. Ah, hold on. Muscle memory is such a strange thing. This clicking Z to center the object, I mean, that was 2016, so 10 years. Getting old out here. Thanks. My watch says, time to stand. I'm like, stand for what? Stand up for myself? All right. All right. Now, we are not forced to accept the boundaries. We are free at last. Free at last. Free at last. Thank goodness we are free at last. Okay. Look at this. Look at this piece of beauty. Proportionate. Right? I can get behind this. I can get behind this. And now, even the hay storage is not bugging me that much. Because the two fences are not overlapping. And now, to be frank, we can actually... Hold on. Oh, the fact that I have to make all these adjustments again is bugging me. There's this grill. Select all you guys. Can push it a tiny bit forward. Just a touch. Right? From here to here. Would it matter? I'm not sure actually which one's better. Hold on. Hold on. So this is better because there's more distance between inventory and this slot, the trigger pad. This is better because now the trigger pad is not interfering with this little corridor here. And this one is more center too. Let's keep it here because I don't want to interfere with this. And, you know, there's a lot of wisdom in just leaving something be and playing the game for a few days or a few hours. And if anything is bugging you, it'll manifest itself. I'm starting to have a love-hate relationship with this storage piece. Let's see if we can improve the color of these stones. Looks like crocodile skin. Yeah, the whiteness is weird because it's not contrasting against the floor, and it's not contrasting against the wood, so it's kind of in the middle. Let's just leave it there. Let's just leave it there. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the game. And it'll only make sense if I add the next restaurant here. Let me push, by the way. It's been a long time since I pushed. Shortening this piece was a genius move. Okay. There's actually still room for improvement if we move every bit of these fences. Hopefully, yeah, hold on. To east. Grab this floor. Bring it to east. And I actually have this, hold on, I actually have a very good little snow pile for this specific scenario. And the hay. You, scale for now. And you, oh, we have to do all of these all over again with the other scene, eh? Huh. We ended up widening it to east and not west. They always shrink it from the west if it's too much, right? Hold on. Alright. Level 0, I think, is where I left those snow piles. You guys. You and I have unfinished business. Get over here. Get over here, little doggy. Can place it here. Just a touch above the skin. Rather against the edge. That'll cover the ugly seam here. Beautiful. Get over there. And see, the texture won't stretch because it's a world UV shader. Why do I feel like we are... Good enough, good enough. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see if we can now... Boy, I can't get over the fact that I have to do all these things over again. Okay, let me put this guy here. Select these guys. Select all of you. Minus everything else. Minus you and you. Oh, look at this mess. Look at this mess. I'm done with this. I'm gonna do it the good old way. I'm not trying to be as smart here. I'm not trying to act like smart here. Hold on. What are you doing? I just want to select a bunch of objects, man. Why? Why the pivot is over there? Alright. I feel a lot more comfortable looking at this scene now. Enough is but at the same time, we've created so much unused space. You see, if I'm dead center, I don't see anything important. I have no, I don't have a bird's eye view, or I don't have a good overview. I can't see horse through, I can't see the restaurant, I can't see hay, storage, but I can't see the bridge, and I don't have full view of the storage. So everything that I want to see, I have to move over to, right? And I don't want the players to go through that pain. It'll be perfectly fine in full screen. It'll actually be too fine in full screen. Am I too zoomed in for portrait? There's the camera. No. No, I can't. Yeah, that'll make exactly 0% difference. I mean, if you want to solve this problem and just go back to the status quo and still have earned some useful space, have gained some useful space, we can just shrink from the west. Although the west never shrinks, it just expands. There we go. So now, if we are really bothered with the Hold on. What's wrong with you? Get over there. We can do this, and we can also delete this. How do I feel about this? And the answer is, I feel good about it actually, because we've minimized the underutilized space, this part, and still haven't lost the proper bird's eye view. Go there. I'm kind of disappointed at myself that it's 4 in the morning and I've only finished the design, but hey, let's be realistic here. Shall we? Everybody knows that I'm the most terrible designer of all time. And so if I could get this thing done in less than 2 hours, design is the only part where when I get it done, I'll say good job, right? Even if it takes, well, no, not if it actually takes a long time, but what am I doing? Hold on. Beautiful. We've got something to work on now. I feel good about the hay storage. I feel good about this. It doesn't make any sense that it's behind the restaurant, but I feel good about it. The spacing here, which is a problem I didn't think we're gonna solve today, is properly spaced. This whole section requires work, but all right, okay. Now what? Now we're gonna enter coding actually, because these things need to actually work. And I do have the basic code for it, but yeah, okay. I know it's fun. Hold on. Let me see if we're done for today. It's funny. It's not a dichotomy, but rather it's a duality when you're designing a game, especially when it's in its conception days. You have to really care for the game and for the design, like really. You have to be kind with the idea and work with it and try to soften it up, and at the same time, Uh, Now we're getting too philosophical. It's like being a mother where you love your kid, especially if it's a son. You love your son and you want to take care of him, but at the same time, you have to let it go out there and fail. You have to let it go out and face death, right? So, translating that to game design, you have to be ready to discard and kill the idea, and while caring for it, while loving it, and loving the players, and going step by step with the players. Don't leave them alone, and don't let them get lost, and care for them. Don't give them too many options, and guide them through the game, and really love the game, you know? That love is very important as you're designing a game. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't want to use the words important or sophisticated. Love is the best answer. You have to love the game. But at the same time, you gotta be prepared to just, nope, this is a terrible idea, I'm not gonna do this, delete, start all over again, next game. And that is really something that I learned during the hyper-casual boom of 2019 and 2020, where we had to create a whole bunch of prototypes every weeks sometimes. And I come from a world where I design a game and I work on it for 2-3 months, or in some cases 2 years, right? And during the hyper-casual boom of 2019, 2020, 2021, we went into this mode where we would generate an idea and kill it in the same week. And that caused us to be not as loving toward our games and look at them as just products and just something that we are going to put in front of some players, and these stupid players are either going to click on it or no. And we made 30 games that failed, but then I came up with the Flirtmaster 3D idea, me alongside with the great designers that I used to work with. And that game came into being from a pure, curious, innocent, stupid, but loving place. And even though this game, by the look of it, it doesn't look that sophisticated or important. I've been in this industry for a long time, where it doesn't matter if you are entertaining 28-year-olds or 8-year-olds. It's still the same art. And in some cases, maybe the 8-year-old is even more important, because look at me, right? I was 7 or 8 when I started playing Prince of Persia, and that changed my entire life, and I wanted to be a game developer. And so I'm trying to look at this game with the same care and love that I had for Miami Nights, or the Quiche Project, or Inex, the other great game that we've made. I'll confess, it's not in that level. Miami Nights was a very deeply emotional and personal game to me. But the effort is there. Yeah, it's an interesting duality. And now, I gotta go and make myself a protein shake. Take care, everybody. I'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll be continuing